Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys my newest game pickups from the last couple weeks of July. It's been a little bit since I did a pickups video. The last one was basically the first week or two of July, so obviously, yeah, this is the second half. So I don't have a ton of stuff, but I definitely have a couple cool things I can't wait to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so the first things I want to start with are the things that my good friend Dan from my local GameStop hooked me up with this time. First off, I just want to say thanks, Dan. He always hooks me up with just some of the coolest stuff, and this is stuff obviously you just can't buy it. So definitely really cool to have, and I really do appreciate it. So the first thing is, I'll give you a little context. When Paper Mario Origami King came out, I actually had it pre-ordered at my local GameStop. Now, I was at Walmart like a day or two before, and it winded up being like $10 cheaper. Well, obviously, I went and picked it up at Walmart, but I forgot at GameStop they had a pre-order bonus. Not a huge deal, but something that I really wanted to have. It was a little pin set with Mario and Peach on it, and it just looked absolutely cool as hell. And my son, I imagine he would have liked one of these as well. So I ended up going to GameStop. Either I was going to pick up my pre-order so I could get it, or hoping maybe they would just hook me up with it. Well, it turned out it winded up hooking me up with the little pin set. And honestly, I forgot about this until my buddy Steve Craig showed this on his pickup video, and I was like, oh man. And he winded up getting two of these, and I was like, man, I gotta get one of these. So I winded up getting two of these, one for me. I gave one to my son, which he really likes them, but they are just really cool looking. So I am really happy to have this now and add it to the collection. Not the end of the world, but definitely something I really wanted to have. This is a game I picked up day one, and I actually finished it last night. So pretty cool. Great game. It has a great story. Well, small story to it, but still very charming and entertaining. Just a fun game overall. It does have its flaws, but it's definitely a fun game, and it looks fantastic. Nintendo did a great job on the world building and the characters, in my opinion anyway. Alright, so moving on to some other stuff that I got. Now, this is something I actually forgot about. Dan had gave me this a little while ago, and I kind of just it was in this box, so I put it to the side and I forgot about it. Well, it came with this right here, which would sit on the counter at the GameStop, and obviously this was never taken out of the package. So I already have one like this. It actually sits at my computer right now, but it was the one that had the original release date on it. So that one became, dated because they pushed the game back and delayed it. So this would have been the updated one, and you can see on the back here, it has the new date, and it's just cool. It says Raise Hell, Doom Eternal, with 3/20/20 when it did launch, but really cool. I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but this has like a metal sheen to it, and just really neat and detailed. I really like these. And like I said, I have the other one actually at my computer stand, because it does have like a back on it and stands up like a picture or whatever. So pretty cool. And the coolest part of this, what's in this box, is this right here. Now this would hang. So as you can see, it's the Doom Slayer. I wasn't sure if this thing was like metal or what, but I think it's just really thick cardboard. But really awesome. And on this side at the bottom, if you can see that, it comes with little hooks and stuff. So you would actually hang this, it would just be hanging there. So absolutely awesome. Stuff like this, you just can't buy it. This is obviously for, retail and to promote their stuff and advertise. So I'm just really happy to have this, and I just want to say thanks again, Dan. I really do appreciate it. And I also recently got this from him. Actually, it was just a couple days ago I was in there, and he must have been just kind of clearing out some of their extra stuff, and he just gave it to me. He gave me a whole pack a fresh pack, not even open, of all these little pre-order posters. So that is really, really cool. I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many are in here. There's quite a few. So that is just absolutely awesome. And besides having this, he also gave me this pin set of these large Animal Crossing pins, which obviously these were meant for the workers, because on it says, "Ask me about Animal Crossing New Horizons." And then on the back, there's 4 more, and it has the other design, you know, which would basically be the like clothes on Tom Nook in the game. So that is just really cool. I know my son wants one of these pins so bad, and I hate to open this up because this is sealed, and it just looks cool as a sealed kind of set, you know, because it's double-sided, they're different on each side, and it's just really, really cool. So I just can't say thanks enough to Dan. So moving off of the GameStop, you know, stuff, my daughter actually got this for me for my 40th birthday recently. And I have all the other ones that they were selling from Target. This was the only one of these that I didn't own, and that is one of these art prints. And obviously this is just, you know, everybody in gaming pretty much knows this. Super iconic. You know, take this, or it's dangerous to go alone, take this. Just the very, very first thing that you do in the original Legend of Zelda when you get the sword from the old man. Just really, really cool. Like I said, I have all the other ones. I got them all at once because they had a bunch of them, and I just had to have them. And this was the only one that I knew that they sold that I didn't have, and she knew that. So she was out for my birthday, seen this, knew I didn't have it, and picked it up for me. So thanks, Michaela. That's really, really cool. So now I have, as far as I know, all of those. All right, so moving into the game pickups now. So just, actually just yesterday, I went to a local thrift store with my little guy, and we were just checking out what they had. Well, they wound up having a 50% off store-wide sale. Now, they didn't have a ton of games, but I did wind up picking up this right here, Halo Reach for the Xbox 360, which is complete and is in pretty amazing condition. Honestly, I was actually really surprised how just, you know, in great shape this was. Now, I don't know if you can see it on the disc, but on the very top of it, there's a little bit of the white paint that came off. That's actually from me cleaning it, because they write on there with like a grease pen to write the price. It drives me absolutely mad. It does come off, but as you can see, it took off a little bit of paint cleaning it. So that's kind of a bummer, but you know, had to clean that off. So really, really cool. And I also got this for the original Xbox, and this is the Ultimate Halo Companion DVD set. It includes Halo 2 bonus material, Brute Force exclusive hint book, which is missing. As you can see, there's no book in there, so that's kind of a bummer, but not a big deal. Halo movie and screenshots, exhibition 2.0 demo disc, and much, much more. So this is just very well, you know, taken care of. It looks basically brand new, so it's kind of a shock that actually that little booklet just ain't in there, unless whoever owned this took it out and just had it in with books or whatever. But really, really cool. And I mean, for each one of these games, I paid I think like $1. I don't even know if they were $1. They were just dirt cheap. So really happy to have picked these up for literally just pocket change. So, you know, just really, really cool. Halo Reach and this Ultimate Halo Companion DVD set or whatever. So really, really cool. I actually really want to check out that DVD. Okay, so let's see. Now this was a game that just came out. I had it pre-ordered, so I got it on launch day. This game originally was out on like PlayStation 2, original Xbox, probably GameCube, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be shocked. and that is Destroy All Humans. Now, obviously, this is going to be an HD version that they did and kind of, you know, made this game definitely look a little bit nicer. I haven't checked this out yet, but I'm looking forward to it for sure. This was something that I was pretty excited for to, you know, get when it came out. I was happy when they announced this because right before I found out about it, my buddy Chill Scissors did a video on his channel where he actually showed this game, I think in a pickups video, or he showed gameplay or whatever, but I remembered him talking about it, and then when I heard about it, it was fresh in my head, so I was like, man, I have got to get this because just a fun, you know, little game. And then I did pick up 2 PlayStation VR games. The first one is Werewolves Within, so definitely pretty cool. You know, and I got these for a really cheap price, so always like to add to my PlayStation VR collection. And I also picked up a game that I did play on my demo disc, and I really did enjoy it, and that is Battlezone. Just a real fun, you know, stylized battle tank game. Definitely cool, and has that arcade style through and through, so definitely a lot of fun, and happy to add this to my VR collection. And now moving into the Nintendo Switch games that I got. Now this one I'm going to show you right now isn't brand new. I got this a little while back. It's actually still sealed, but I had picked up the Deadly Premonition Origins Collector's Edition a little while ago. So pretty cool, and they had announced that they were making a second one. Well, I had to get the first one before the second one. So that's exactly what happened. I ended up picking up Deadly Premonition 2 from my local GameStop. Now, unfortunately, this is GameStop new, so it's not sealed. It's where this was the one on the shelf, which that sucks. I hate that, but you know, hey, whatever. Now, this game did get awful reviews. I think RGT85 said straight up, just don't get it, you know, because he was excited for it, and I guess it let him down. I guess the game it runs poorly. You know, not that the game is awful or anything, it's just it runs poorly on Nintendo Switch. But regardless, having the first one, I had to buy the second one. It was a budget title anyway, so it's not like it broke the bank or anything. But regardless, I'm glad to have picked this up. And the next one is a game that I had heard about on Nintendo Switch, but I didn't know much about it. And I was actually surprised when I seen it, because it's a game if I did see it, it was only like once or twice. And it's not a very common game that I've seen anyway. And that is Rad Rogers Radical Edition. And you know, I had heard stuff about this game. I want to say I seen some gameplay of it, and it kind of looked fun. I want to say this is kind of like a maybe like a Contra style shooter or something. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. It says jump, run, and gun your way through this 90s era inspired platformer. It's amazing and dangerous stages of action-packed, humor-filled, hardcore platforming fun. So run and gun platforming. So like I said, probably stylized like Contra or whatever, you know, but just obviously with modern graphics and everything. But this game is actually rated M for mature, as you can see. And, you know, from what I understand, there's just like adult humor and stuff like that in here, foul language and stuff. So I definitely cannot wait to check this out and just see what it's all about. It sounds like it's fun. I actually was pretty happy when I seen this. But not something that you see every day, honestly. And the last one that I got for Nintendo Switch, this was a game that I actually went, I want to say, to GameStop at launch or like a day after this game launched, and they didn't have it. If you didn't pre-order it from GameStop, then they didn't have it. That's pretty much how they're doing all their stuff now, unless it's like a huge Nintendo game, like first party release or whatever like that. But if it's like, you know, not a massive first player AAA game, then they only get pre-orders in and occasionally an extra copy. Well, this game, they definitely didn't get any extra copies in. So if you didn't pre-order it, you didn't get it. I didn't pre-order it, but I did want it. So I paid for it. The lady said she was going to order it for me online. So I was like, okay, you know, I wasn't in a hurry to get it. So I had other games to play, so I paid for it. You know, she set it up. Then I waited a good little bit for the game. And then when I got it, it was the wrong game. So I was pretty pissed off, to be honest, because I had waited a bit for it. So then I called my local GameStop, which wasn't the store that I got it from. It was a different local one, but not the one I normally go to. So I basically go to the one I normally go to, and I talk to them, and they basically set it up and get me the right game. So I just got this, and that is The Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel 3. An RPG. This is something that I was definitely interested in picking up and checking out, because I've been playing quite a bit of RPGs lately, and I've really been enjoying them. You know, and I really wanted to check this game out. So I was pretty bummed when I went to go get it out of my mailbox and it was the wrong game. You know, they sent me Trials of Mana, which I already have Trials of Mana. So, you know, if it was maybe a game I didn't already have, then maybe I would have kept it. But no, so now I would have had doubles of the same game, and I didn't need a double. I wanted this game. So like I said, I went to my local GameStop. They reset it up for me. I think it was like a little bit difference in price, like $8 or something. So they set it up, and here it is. So definitely happy to finally have the correct game in my hand, Trials of Cold Steel 3 for Nintendo Switch. So you know, pretty cool. Let's see, show you kind of. It has like an anime art style or whatever. I've never played any of the games in this series, but I have heard good things about it. So definitely looking forward to checking that out. Okay, so I got one more thing. Now, when this game actually came out, which was recent, I was kind of like didn't know how this game was going to be. I didn't know if I was going to love it, hate it, none of that. But I definitely wanted it day one, and I couldn't wait to play it and check it out. And that is Ghost of Tsushima. So I had picked it up a couple weeks ago when it launched, launch day, and I got the regular copy, and I played through the game. I actually beat it and dominated the game. I actually did just about everything in it. I did all the side quests. I did almost all of the collectibles. There's just a couple things I didn't finish, like all of the flags in the game that you find randomly through the world. I think just that, and these things they're called singing crickets. You get them from like cemeteries, and they basically give you songs to play on your you know, little flute or whatever. And I want to say that was pretty much the only things I didn't finish in the game. Everything else I completed. So I probably will go back and just platinum the game because I'm that close. But I absolutely loved the game. Actually became one of my favorite games from this whole generation, and one of my top of all time. The art style is absolutely amazing. Just there's epic battles in the game. The fighting mechanics in the game are just so much fun. You can customize your character to fight however you want. I just absolutely loved it. And the only thing that I regretted was not getting the collector's edition. It totally bummed me out. And it was just like, I looked online and I seen these things, man, they're selling for, you know, just crazy prices, like easily $100+ over retail. And, you know, they were pretty much gone almost instantly, you know, because it's a first-party Sony game. You know, Sucker Punch is a first-party Sony studio. They make great games, and just a lot of people were anticipating this game as well. It had a lot of hype, and, you know, but for me, it was like I just didn't know it could have went either way. So, you know, the game came out, played it, fell in love with it, and I was lucky. Just the other day, I ran into the collector's edition for retail. At my local GameStop, somebody picked it up and just returned it for whatever reason. So I winded up getting a copy of it, and I couldn't be happier. I was so excited when I seen this, because I actually was saying to my good friend Dan, I was like, man, I love this game. I was like, the only thing I'm regretting is I didn't get the collector's edition. And he's like, oh, well, there's one right up there. And they had it on the top shelf, which I didn't even see it. I wasn't expecting to see it. And I was like, whoa, man, you got a copy of that? He told me somebody returned it. So I was like, all right, put it behind the counter. I ran right out to the ATM, pulled out cash, and, you know, from a different savings account that I obviously can't use as a checking account because it's strictly savings. I pulled it out of that savings account and picked this, you know, collector's edition up. I was watching unboxings of this online. There's this mask inside here that looks absolutely awesome. It's called the Sakai mask from the Sakai clan. As you can see right here, it looks absolutely awesome. Just a major part of the game. It comes with like a big war banner for the Sakai clan. You know, you get some in-game like DLC stuff. I think like another outfit and a different color set for your horse for the saddle stuff. It also comes with a cloth map, a face wrapping. Basically, that is one of the ones from in the game. So just really cool. So yeah. Let's see, so you get a lot of cloth. You're getting this huge war banner, you're getting a cloth map of the island or whatever, you're getting a cloth face covering, and you're getting this awesome mask. Just really cool. The mask comes with a stand, so just it's really well done from all the unboxings I watched. And it also has a really cool looking steelbook in here. And it also has, there's like one more thing. Oh, there's a little art book in here as well. So I just had to have this. It retailed for $170. And you know, the coolest part of this is at GameStop, during this, you know, whole thing we have going on right now, I haven't used my GameStop points in quite a while. And I had like 53,000 points. So I was actually able to get a $50 gift card with my points and got $50 off of this. So I winded up paying $120 for this Ghost of Tsushima collector's edition. So man, I cannot tell you how happy I am that I am holding this. So this is, you know, obviously my larger pickup, and just the most exciting thing for me, because I absolutely love this game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, guys. And if you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. I try to put gaming content out like this as much as I can. But I want to say thanks to everybody that watched this and has been following my channel. I really do appreciate it, guys. But that's the video. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Have a good one, guys.